Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below, your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Email me for pricing at tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today, we're discussing a 2019 launch, part of a limited run capsule collection at Breitling. This is the Navitimer B01 Swissair edition. So the watch is 43 millimeters in diameter in stainless steel. It features colors and logos of Swissair. So there's a lot of national pride tied up in this watch. It's 43 in diameter, 14.2 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip, 49.1 millimeters, and has a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. On my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, I can tell you the watch actually wears more like a 41 or a 42. It doesn't feel like a 43, and the only way you're going to measure it at 43 is the outside of the bezel, which is actually broader than the case itself. That's why it doesn't wear like a 43. I could recommend this for a wrist as small as 14 centimeters in circumference, and while it's not a thin watch, nor is it a monstrously thick one. Taking a look at the strap, Breitling straps have always been remarkably rich and generous in materials, both the quality and the amount. So you can see calfskin on the bottom. It is a Breitling factory strap in outstanding condition. You can see that well. A black calfskin on the top, lots of bolstering to give it thickness. You can see the layers of leather invested and the contrasting stitch, aviator style. Calfskin in brown or black with a contrasting stitch is an aviator style historically. We have the Breitling Pin Buckle, which has both satin and polish. And then we have the case, which has a sheer side, all of high polish, a little bit of beveling, and then squared off lug profiles. A lot of vintage watches and watches that are designed in a vintage style have a very thin case band, and you can see that's the case, pun intended, right here. We have pump-style pushers for a vintage look and a Breitling B logo. The recesses of the bezel are satinated and the external portions are polished. The bezel is a bidirectional rotating logarithmic scale that can be used as a calculator. So I'll show you how that works. Let's say I want to multiply, well, let's start with division. Let's say I want to multiply, no, we'll do division first. Okay. Let's say I want to divide 8 by 4. Okay, so this works like a fraction. I put 8 over 4. Now you have to keep a mental decimal. This will not keep track of decimals. So 80 divided by 40, and I go back to the index, and the index is this little number on the inner side of the dial, that little 10 on the white scale, and I can see over that 80 divided by 40 is going to be 2. Or 8 divided by 4 is going to be 2. Now, let's say I want to multiply. Let's say I want to multiply 3 and 6. I'm going to take 3, I'm going to put it next to the index. And now you can see the inner scale, 50, 55, 6, and you can see 1 8. So 3 times 6 is 18. You just got to remember, right at the top, that is 6. Okay, so that's how the scale works. Now you also have a bunch of calibrations that include specific types of measurement, like meters or kilometers or nautical miles. And this can be used for calculating ground speed, airspeed, drift, rate of climb, and fuel consumption if you are an aviator. Breitling claims the first Navitimers were launched in 1952. A lot of collectors think it was 1954. Regardless, it was a long time ago, and this was the innovation. Everything you need to calculate while in flight and commanding an aircraft. Now, we have a combination of colors here, black, white, and of course this signal red, the colors of Swissair, that is Swiss red right there. The inner dial features applied Breitling B. We have rhodium-plated steel indices. We have lume. Now you can see that's what the watch looks like in the dark. And we have a date window. You can see the watch features hacking or stop seconds, and it also features a quick set for the date. It has a chronograph movement, B01 Breitling in-house caliber, that uses a vertical clutch to engage, so there's no jump or stagger when you start it. It starts smoothly. Because of the vertical clutch, there's no additional wear and tear or play in the system, so you can leave the chronograph running full-time if you just like having seconds at center. Now, there's also a column wheel, which you can see through the reverse side. That makes for a nice, precise, crisp feel and sound. The movement is caliber B01, launched in 2009, in-house caliber, automatic winding, 70-hour power reserve, 4 Hz beat rate, 47 joules, stop seconds, quick set date, column wheel, vertical clutch, 5 position adjusted, and it's water resistant inside this watch to 30 meters and COSC Swiss chronometer certified. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.